just diving a little bit deeper into like the value prop you're creating for developers. So I guess understanding like on a high level, but then I guess what are I guess your guys' plans in terms of like how do you plan to attract and market to developers, and then how do obviously they get incentivized with Joy Token. How does that process go? Certain stages of development.
I'm really glad you asked that, actually. It's actually really quite simple. We've reached out to developers already, we've used our own networks, and we've gone through and got them quite psyched about it. We've got people who have worked to the likes of Kashumo and Abodo that are coming on board to actually develop the games for us, which means we're going to get really fresh, strong content. Now, there is a nice little cycle that happens here. So we've got good content, which we then take to the market through the B2B agreements. So with more content, which means that we've got more B2B opportunities, which means that we've got more games out there. When we've got more games out there, there's more revenues out there. When there's more revenues, it attracts more developers. And it's a really good system. It actually builds up. At the same time, we're actively going out there and we're going to developers and saying, look what we've got.
So where's your license allow you to deploy?
Well, our licenses allow us to deploy games in the regulated markets such as the UK and all grey markets. We can't go into the likes of closed markets such as France, America, China, but we can go into other grey markets where licenses aren't required. We also haven't got a license yet which will allow us to go into Denmark or Italy, and quite frankly, Denmark's a bit of a pain in the arse. Italy is an absolute minefield and we do not want to go there. It's the return on investment's not worth it. Have you got any more questions at the moment?
What's the hurdle to get into the US market?
The hurdle for that is basically the American government and the DOJ. You know, and until we start changing here the mentality, the exception being New Jersey, obviously. But I'm actually skeptical about how the American market's going to adopt e-gaming. I was having a conversation earlier today where someone was saying California is looking like it'll take on e-gaming at some point. And my response to that is there are so many ICOs out there who are trying to use blockchain to violate that. You know, to put it into black markets where it's not permitted, and to put people's health at risk and safety at risk, you know, and homes, you know, it's ridiculous, and that could really jeopardize it. In fact, it could actually jeopardize the reputation of the e-gaming industry. Now, I'm all for the industry to be shaken up and to bring innovation and change, which is what we're all about. We're about entertainment and joy, you know. But if we see something there that isn't right, we do not endorse that. However, we are all for a bit of change and a bit of shake-up.
So this week we're asking our founders to tell us a little bit of something of personal or a funny anecdote about their journey.
Oh, good God, there's too many Christmas nights. You know, it's one of these things I should never admit to, and I won't. But I tell you what, I will tell you about a lesson that I learned when I was at my cousin's wedding in China. He married a Chinese girl and asked me to be the best man. And I learned there that you really shouldn't try to accommodate everybody. I had to create the traditional speech, which I had to have translated in English and Chinese. So it was done in such a way where for the Brits it was playful, for the Chinese it sounded respectful, so each thing had a double meaning. However, the way that it had to be broken up ended up with 20 toasts.
20 toasts.
By the time I sat down, the guests were pissed. And at that point, I realised that you should try and accommodate people as much as you should,
right,
but just try not to take it too far. Would I do it again? Of course I would. Everybody had a bloody good time.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Joy Token, we look forward to hearing more from you.
Absolutely, and I hope you take part in the pre-sale, which is on now, and the actual sale starts next Tuesday, so don't miss out.
All right, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you.